Welcome back to the Basic Bee podcast. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm thrilled to bring back Matt Diamante, also known as Hey Tony. If that's confusing, go back and listen to the last episode. We're going to be talking all about SEO things. Neither one of us really have a clue where this is going to go, but I love having Matt on. You all really loved the last episode, so we brought him back. Before I let him talk, though, here's a quick intro for you. Matt Diamante is the founder of Hey Tony, a digital marketing agency helping entrepreneurs and small businesses grow through SEO, social media, and paid ads. With over 260,000 followers on Instagram, Matt has built a reputation for making SEO simple, actionable, and accessible to business owners who want to take control of their online presence. We love that. His expertise in digital marketing has helped thousands of businesses get found on Google and turn traffic into revenue. Beyond marketing, Matt is an animal lover with 2 dogs and 2 cats, and when he's not helping businesses grow, he's probably hanging out with them. Today, he's here to share his insights on what it really takes to rank online, grow an engaged audience, and leverage free organic traffic to build a thriving business. I love that bio. Hello, friend.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I love having guests on because I get to read the bios and everyone's like, man, I'm pretty awesome. Yeah. We are. So there's your hype up track for every single morning.
It. You could just call me in the morning every day and just read that to me and I'll be like, okay, today's going to be a good day.
If I see the download numbers for this episode go up, I'll know why.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's so great to have you back on. Thanks for all the expertise you shared last time. I'll make sure that last episode is linked as well. But what have you been up to in the, year-ish since we talked last?
Oh my God, so much stuff. I don't even know where to begin. The newest thing that has happened is I just moved. So we're dealing with all the, move-in, unpacking, building the IKEA stuff, moving stuff around, trying to figure all that stuff out while still running an agency full-time and, making content and all that kind of stuff. So I think since we chatted, I've developed 2 SEO tools.
Yes.
One's an audit tool that just does a technical SEO audit of your website. And the other one is called Watchdog, which allows you to put in competitor sites. Like nobody else has a tool like this. And I double checked with a lawyer. I'm like, can we do this? Is this good? So basically what it does, you put in your competitor's website and then it basically tracks the website week over week to see if they've made any changes on their website. So you can see if they're doing any kind of SEO, like exactly what they're doing as well. Like their title tag was this, now it's this, or they updated their content or they're linking to other pages, whatever it might be. So that's really cool. It's really interesting. I love that tool. And I made them both like $10 a month because small businesses don't have a lot of money. And I am here to help small businesses as much as possible. And, I could probably charge $50 to $100 a month for these, but for what? Let's help as many people as we possibly can, right?
Yeah, no, this is part of why I enjoy having you on, because we definitely share that vision of making this accessible and not having it break anyone's bank just to tap into SEO and organic marketing.
100%.
These tools were so cool because I'm on your email list and I'm like, what did he make now? What is this one? I don't think I ever did go and play around too much with Watchdog, but I remember getting that email and going, oh my gosh.
Well, I think Watchdog, that just came out like 2 months ago, something like that, 3 months ago.
So I'm not too far behind.
Yeah, it's relatively new. I think I only did 1 or 2 videos about it and I need to promote it more because it's such a valuable tool that literally nothing else like this exists online. Like SEMrush and Ahrefs, like all those websites will track like, oh, your competitors are ranking for more keywords, but they won't tell you exactly what has changed on those websites.
Yeah, I think that's wicked cool that you were even able to make something like that.
I mean, I didn't make it. I hired developers. I was like, here's what I want to do. And they were like, okay, sweet, we can do that.
Let us go to town. We will geek out on this stuff. What are some of the things that you're hearing from people who are using Watchdog and the site audit tool?
Well, people are obsessed with their metrics, right? So I have a community as well. It's a private community. Registration opens up every now and then. So in the community, I get a lot of feedback. Like they'll share their wins, be like, oh, my website was like a 56 health score and now it's like a 95 or a 99. I fixed out all my broken links. I fixed my title tags, my meta descriptions. I had duplicate content, all this kind of stuff. So they go through and they fix everything like, okay, that's sweet. Like now I have a baseline and every week it sends them a new report. Because if links break on your website or if you're publishing new content, sometimes you forget to do stuff or it creates like a tag page or a category page and you might not want that. So they're constantly monitoring that stuff. But they're saying, okay, my rankings are going up. Like obviously they're doing SEO stuff as well, but because they're using these tools, they're able to see, okay, this is, doing really well. So when it comes to the Watchdog tool, people are watching what their competitors are doing so they can make adjustments to their own sites if it makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, well, I saw that they started going for that keyword and we actually didn't consider that keyword at all. So we created a page, right? Or we updated our page, or they updated the pricing to be more competitive. So we were able to make some kind of offer or deal. So it's a lot of stuff like that that's happening. And it's really, really cool. Like the Watchdog tool, as much as it's an SEO tool, it's really like a watching your competitors tool.
Yeah.
For any marketing they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. And with the Watchdog tool, even if it's, and I'm not here just to promote my own stuff.
No, he's not, but I geek out on it.
Yeah. With the Watchdog tool, if you publish a page on your website and it's, a landing page, you're running ads to it, whatever it is, that will pick that up, even if like the public can't find it, right? If it's a live link, we'll find it.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I love how you tie in social media with SEO, with paid ads. Paid ads, I don't think I'll ever be touching, but social media is definitely part of some of the stuff that I work on with clients, because I like to say that like SEO is almost a stalker and it's following you all the way around online. So what are some of the things that you notice with that? Because like you're nodding, so I feel like you have things to say.
So one of the benefits of social media is if you have something that goes viral or is getting a ton of views, reaching people outside your followers, what tends to happen is people will then go to Google and type in whatever your business name is. So for me, it's Hey Tony, and they'll go to Google, type in Hey Tony, and find my website or find blog posts or find other social profiles that I have, or even mentions, in podcasts or publications, stuff like that. But they'll do that. And what that does is it helps your business's SEO, your website's SEO, because what Google and search engines are looking for in 2025 is legitimate businesses, because anybody can spin up a website and write a ton of content using AI and just publish it and it's just garbage. But a legitimate business has very different signals to search engines than, one of these spam sites would have that somebody just spun up. And one of those things is branded search. Right? If people are typing in your business name, unless it's like a generic name, like breadcrumbs, I don't know, maybe you have a breadcrumbs website or whatever. But like, that's a terrible example, but they want to see branded searches, because if people are looking up that business, it's probably a good business. And then also branded searches with a keyword at the end. So, Hey Tony, if they're just searching that, that's a branded search. That's great. Hey Tony SEO, right? That's another search that's coming up in our Google Search Console, or another keyword, or anything like that. Google wants to see all of that kind of stuff. Additionally, when you're posting on social media, that shows that you're a real person, that you're a real business, right? That's, again, these are all signals that you're a legitimate business. So you can link from your website and your Google business profile. You can link to all of your social media profiles from your Google business profile, which again reinforces that you're a legitimate business. Google will crawl those sites, see that you're posting, whether it's daily or weekly or whatever, and they actually pull information from that as well. And then also on your website, you can share links to your social media profiles, which if you're already including your name, your business name, address, and phone number in your footer, which you should if you're a local business, having those social media links just further reinforces like, hey, we are a legitimate business, right? Legitimate businesses have like a Facebook page at the very least, an Instagram account, probably a LinkedIn page, right? Or a profile. So having that stuff linked in your footer definitely reinforces that you are a legitimate business. And it doesn't hurt to get organic traffic from these social media sites back to your website, because again, Google's looking for diversity in traffic, right? So if you're able to get traffic outside of just Google, right? Outside of just the organic search, that is going to help your organic search. Did I say that in a way that makes sense?
Yeah, I was following. I mean, you do a great job of breaking things down in a way that people can understand it. So I'm sure that made sense even to like quote unquote normal people who don't do all the SEO stuff that we do. And I still feel like you're light years ahead of me with all the SEO things, but it's cool hearing what you share, because I'm like, oh yeah, it does confirm for me or reaffirm for me that like I do know what I'm talking about. And it's really funny. Like there are so many pros or experts or specialists or whatever where we all get so in our head about, do I know enough? Can I charge for this? Do I really? Like, it's pretty wild.
Well, still to this day, like I'll be having a down day because I posted something on social media and it's not doing well. And then I'm like, we got an email from a client like questioning like, what are you guys really doing? And not that that comes up very often. It's never like a malicious thing. It's always like, hey, like help me understand this. And I just like, I'm down in the dumps and I'm like, oh, do I even know what I'm doing? Like, should I just get a job cutting grass somewhere? Like, at least I'm cutting the lawn. The job's getting done. There's no dispute there. But then like, I have to go into like all of our reports and look and be like, okay, no, you know what? Everybody's getting results. This is really great. People have growth. People are making more money. Clients are happy. I know what I'm doing. So at any point, like I've been doing that same practice, that same exercise for years and years and years. And I'm still doing it, even though we have a lot of clients and we're getting a lot of results. You still have that like imposter syndrome, self-doubt that creeps in and you're like, do I actually know what I'm doing?
Should people trust me?
Yeah.
No, I do the same thing. So I have the reports that I now get to go look at. At the beginning, I was really struggling to even know what the data was. And I figured out that that's because I was relying on my clients to get back to me. So now I'm like, I need access to this. I need access to that. I will be going and checking on things. And so now my happy folder has a crap ton more like SEO related things and not just like Brady, it's great, but it's literally I'm ranking on Google after like 2 weeks. You know, I have clients coming in from Google. It's great.
So good.
Yeah, but it's nice to hear that that happens to like multiple people.
I like how you say you have a happy folder because I literally have a folder on my desktop called Nice Things. And it's screenshots of like things that people have said that are really nice that I'm like, okay, I could use this like either on a landing page or I could read this if I'm feeling down or anything like that. Just nice things.
Yeah. Mine's always like down in my bottom right corner is this happy folder and then SEO wins is right over that.
So good.
Right?
I love
it's
that.
just the best. Like speaking of this is just like so timely and I didn't anticipate I was going to say any of this, but I had a discovery call this week with someone and the person really wanted hard numbers and data and they want to build out this like crazy, amazing spreadsheet. And I'm like, and even in the conversation, it came up that other SEO people that they had talked with couldn't give them numbers. I'm like, yeah, because like,
what do you mean?
It depends on a lot of things of like, you're definitely going to get this much more traffic. You absolutely need to post this many blogs per month, stuff like that. So like, I totally understand it. But and they were looking for hard numbers. And I'm like, in my head, like, I can't really give you hard. No one can. You've been told this by other people.
Yeah.
So I left that call in for a couple of days after. I was just like, same thing. Should I continue with this? Should I go back to massage? Should I be a barista again? Like, does anyone in the neighborhood have kids they want me to take care of?
It's crazy because, some potential clients, okay, well, how much traffic or how many impressions can I expect? And I'm like, I can't give that to you. Nobody can give that to you. If somebody gives you like hard numbers like that, you're not going to meet those expectations. So what I do and what I say to these people is I can't guarantee anything because Google's going to be Google.
Yeah.
And what I can say is all of our clients get really great results. We have one client we worked with for a year. They literally got no results. And that's the only client. And the reason that they got no results, which we found out after a year of doing all this stuff, because SEO takes time. So you need to give it time.
Yeah.
And I had some suspicions and we looked into some stuff, but couldn't really find anything. But after a year, I was like, is there something wrong with this domain? The backlink profile looks fine, all this kind of stuff. And I talked to the client. They're like, oh, we bought this from, it was like a used domain, whatever, pre-registered. So they bought it from somebody else who's running another business. And that business, I don't know what they did, but the domain was, I don't want to say shadow banned, but like there's something going on with Google where it did not like that domain. So we switched the domain and I shit you not, like a month later, they're getting way more traffic than they were getting on the previous domain. And I'm like, there's no specific thing that is saying that website is not ranking. Like Google doesn't like it.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
All these things happen, whether it's on social media or with ads or with your website, like things are always happening. And so you need to pay attention to the metrics and the data and actually like analyze it and or have someone who can help you analyze it.
Yeah.
But also sometimes it's just like, I don't know, this seems weird. Let's try this other thing. And then boom, it like takes off.
Yeah. That's something too that I always say to clients or potential clients is like, we don't exactly know it works because there's like slightly different things that work on different websites and different industries. And we have a really good idea of what works, but that same strategy probably doesn't work across the board. So you have to experiment, but we're just really good at determining if that is a good strategy or a bad strategy because we've done it so many times. But you need to run it. You need to see the numbers come in before you can make any determination as to, is this going to work? Is this not going to work?
Yeah. And something that comes up a lot with my potential client calls is, what is your bandwidth? Am I talking to a solopreneur where they're wearing all the hats and they don't have as much capacity for things as someone with like a 10-person team? So it's that. What's your goal for the website? What are you really looking to have happen? And then we can attack it strategically and within your capacity.
Yeah.
That piece has to be there. And some people are like, I'm seeing this person do this. Like even talking about social media numbers or website traffic visits, whatever it is, it's like, this is happening for this person. Yes. And what does the back end look like? What does their support look like? What's the actual strategy? You know, maybe someone even has a really big following on Instagram, but are they getting engagement with the people that they're talking with? Is that translating into email subscribers or dollars at the end of the month?
Yep.
So you can't just look at things surface and assume stuff. And totally agree with you. And I said the same thing on the call, that like, you're really not going to get hard numbers. And anyone who does give you hard numbers, like, it's a red flag.
Yeah. I was working with a company who was like scripting videos for me and editing the videos. I just had to film them and like do what they said basically. And that was really great because I didn't have to think about content. You know, I've been doing this for 2 years now, which doesn't sound like a long time, but posting 2-3 times a day, every day for 2 years, you run out of ideas eventually. So you have to get creative. And it was really great to hire this agency to help me with that stuff. But I was like, I need to do this on my own at this point because I'm getting lazy. Like if I show up every day and do it, the content gets better and better and I can make better decisions. And I'm flexing that creativity muscle, right? I'm looking at a topic and I'm like, how can I do that in a different way? And I'm doing that every day. So by flexing that muscle every day, it's easier and it takes less time. I hate batch doing content. It's the worst.
I
You know, you
know.
give me 30 scripts. I'm like, okay, half of these I have to be 2 people. It's back and forth. I have to go to my kitchen, then I have to go over here. Then I'm setting up. I've changed my shirt. I have to do all this kind of stuff. But some of those videos did really well. Some did average, like my videos would normally do. But with them, it's very similar kind of thing where they don't sell you like you're going to get this many followers. They will say you get X amount of deliverables per month, right? And it's better to do it that way than to do it where we guarantee you're going to get X, Y, Z when you do this. You could say you will see growth. How much growth? We don't know. We don't know how much effort you're going to put into this. So the same thing with SEO, like one SEO product at this point, and it's, you get 8 pieces of content per month. So 8 blog posts or a mix of blog posts and service pages or other pages on your website or updating pages. So you get 8 of those and you get 4 backlinks. Those are the deliverables. That is legit. I don't want to say everything because we do some technical stuff as well, but that's what you're getting every single month. And as long as you can hit those deliverables, the client's going to be happy because they're getting what they paid for.
Right. And the expectation has been set.
Yep.
And no one's like pulling the rug out from under you or whatever.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I love that approach so much more. Okay. So I mentioned metrics.
Yep.
What are some things that you encourage people to track on a, let's say, monthly basis for their SEO?
Honestly, just track your clicks and impressions. If those things are going up, you're getting more traffic. You know, at the end of the day, it's up to you to see how many people you're converting, but that might be a metric that you want to track monthly as well. And that's outside of SEO, but how many people are filling out the form? How many people are buying my thing? Is it going up? Can I correlate that to SEO? Am I running any kind of other marketing as well? So I think like a monthly recap, like that's what we do for our clients. Monthly analytics. If you do weekly, there's too many fluctuations with Google.
Yeah.
And Google Search Console is going up and down all the time because Google's trying to find where that piece of content belongs in their index. So that's what I would look at monthly, as well as like if you are going after a specific keyword, which I don't necessarily recommend. You know, for me, it was like SEO in Hamilton or Hamilton SEO or whatever that keyword search was. I was looking at that every month saying, why aren't we ranking number 1 for this? And you can certainly do that. But I know I can spend more money and more time trying to get that stuff to rank, whereas a client isn't going to buy 20 backlinks, right? 20 backlinks is very expensive. What is that, like $3,000 or something? $4,000 it's going to cost you for 20 back. Like it's not cheap. So I'm like, I can start buying more of that stuff. I can spend more money because I know I'll see the ROI, but trying to convince a client, like maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. You know, that's a little bit of a different story. But all back to the metrics, like I will look at some of those key keywords that I want to rank for and say, are we doing better? Are we doing worse? Is there competition? What's going on here? It really depends on how detailed you want to get into it, like how meticulous you want to be with all of your data. Because you can report on anything and everything forever. Like our SEO reports are like 5 pages. You can do like a 500-page SEO report talking about all these different things, but for what?
Yeah.
Just give me the metrics, clicks, impressions. That's all you really need to see.
That's helpful to hear. I have one specific client that comes to mind where we've been tracking their SEO metrics for a few months now. And one thing I saw was that their keywords were going down. And I record videos and or go to like the marketing meeting depending on the month. And so I was always like, it's going down, but look at this. Like the keywords that we actually want to rank for, we are showing up higher. We're in position 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. We publish a couple of blog posts and they've ranked very quickly into like position 1 or 2 for certain keywords. So they're really happy. They're also seeing people hanging out on the pages longer. They're seeing people commenting on things. And I was such a proud SEO expert because they had a reel go viral on Instagram. Whoa. And that happened on like a Friday, or maybe they posted it on Friday. They saw it go viral like Saturday, Sunday, I'm imagining. By Monday, they were like, because we saw this happening, we put together a blog post. Can you like create an SEO strategy? And I was like, yes,
that's
I can.
Amazing.
Like they're learning. And that's probably like, for me, the coolest thing to see.
Yeah. And like, I love that client's proactive. Not all clients and not all businesses are proactive like that, but
they also have a large team.
Okay. Yeah. So like that makes so much sense. You have people to do the work. If you have something go viral on social media, like a topic, you can write a blog post and elaborate on all of that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend, like I'm posting every single day, multiple times a day on social media. So for me to write blog posts for that, like that would literally be my entire job, is writing blog posts and filming videos. Probably just writing blog posts would be most of the job. But if something does really well, way better than everything else, that's probably a signal that people are looking that information up. Write a blog post, do keyword research before you write the blog post so you can, make sure the title's good and everything like that, and people will find it. But that's a really great way to come up with a piece of content. It's tried and true. People are looking that stuff up. People want to know that information.
Yeah. And it's even inspired potentially another service. Like it's pretty wild. I'm so excited for them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, okay, let's bounce over to blogs for a little while.
Yep.
So what do you feel like business owners really need to know and think about when it comes to SEO and blogging and content creation and, wanting to pour more of their effort, time and money and energy into their website?
So we had a client, this was last year, they were like, we don't want to do blog posts anymore. We just want to do like service pages and location pages, all this kind of stuff. And we were like, you know what, let's try it out. I don't think it's going to work. We let them know. But if that's what you want to do, it's worth a try. So we weren't doing blog posts and their results were not great compared to clients in similar industries who were doing a lot of blog posts. I say a lot. So we do 8 blog posts per month. They were seeing way, way, way better results. And this all goes to topical authority. If you look at tools like SEMrush, they now have topical authority, I guess, meters. What do you want to call it? Scores. So you can type in your website and say, okay, for this topic, for this keyword, what's my actual difficulty, right? Because Google is looking and search engines are looking at, is this website posting a lot of content that is helpful about that topic or that like topic group? If the answer is yes, it's probably going to be easier for you to rank for, topics within your niche. So for example, if I'm talking about digital marketing in any way, that makes sense. It'd be a lot easier for me to rank for those terms than somebody who's an electrician. Right? Because they're not talking about digital marketing and it just doesn't make sense that their business would be talking about that. So on the other end, if I start talking about, electrician stuff and how to change a light bulb, that's probably not going to rank really well. So with blog posts, the reason why they're so important, oh my God, there's so many reasons why blog posts are so important. But one, it helps your topical authority of your website. It helps you get more traffic to your website for lower volume and lower difficulty keywords, which you definitely need. I know a lot of people are like, let's go after the 5,000 volume a month keywords because that's the keyword I want. That's going to change my life, change my business, all this kind of stuff. But your website's not ranking for anything. You're not getting traffic. Google isn't just like, oh, Brittany's website, like, yeah, we'll rank her number one and give her all this traffic. She's not like, we don't know her at all, but she's probably good. That's not how it works. You need to show Google that they can trust you, that people can trust you, that people are finding the information on your website useful. So you do that through blog posts. You can't, again, go for those crazy, difficult keywords. You want to go for the easier stuff. Basically show Google like, hey, you can trust me. Give me like some, crumbs. Then eventually those crumbs, you make a slice of bread out of the crumbs, you push them together and you're getting more traffic. And then all of a sudden you have a loaf and Google's like, okay, well, now you can make a sandwich. If that analogy makes any sense.
It does. I've followed it.
So yeah, you need the blog post to develop traction basically to your website and to develop that trust and the topical authority. One of the things that blog posts allow you to do is get backlinks to your website for free, which also increases your credibility. So if you're writing about topics and you have the best piece of content about that topic, other people are going to organically link to you. They're going to say, oh, go see Brittany's blog post about blank topic for more information. And that's a backlink for you. That's also potentially referral traffic from that website. That all helps with your SEO. So blog posts, they play a pivotal role in ranking on Google. I wrote a book and it's being edited right now and we're going through that whole process, but I went off on, I don't know how many pages, a lot of pages about the importance of blog posting and all the benefits. And if you don't have a blog, what the downfalls are and all that kind of stuff.
So we need to get the book once you have it out there in the wild.
Yes. Everybody needs to buy the book. Buy two of the book.
Give one to a friend.
Yeah. Buy one for yourself. Buy one for a friend. Buy one for your clients. That could be a good strategy. Buy this book for all your clients. So blogs are important. I don't know if I answered your question at all, but blogs are important.
Yeah. I love hearing that. And I feel like I say that. So it's great for people to hear that from someone who's not me.
Yeah.
With websites and SEO, I get this question a lot and I have my answer, but I would love to hear what your answer is for what is the low hanging fruit? Like if you had to choose one activity to start doing SEO on a website, sounds like blogs are important. So we know that, but like, is there anything else that you would say, like, do this? Okay, you get it. You know SEO is important, but no, you're not interested in learning another skill. Who has the time? But who are you supposed to trust with the task of getting SEO to work for you? Someone who won't ghost you mid-project or treat you like a dum-dum lollipop. Someone who actually wants to empower you and your team with all things SEO. Hi, yes, it's me, Brittany, and you are the person I created the SEO packet for. You're curious, you want to understand this thing better, but like only a little bit. You don't actually want to do the doing. This way, you get the key SEO stuff super fast, and you get support throughout and beyond the project. No more letting Google gift you the wrong SEO strategy. Time to put the right words in the right places and get found online by the right people. Find all the info you need below.
Yeah. So look at all the pages on your website. And most websites don't have thousands or hundreds of pages. They probably have 20 pages max. Think of a local service business. And we're excluding blog posts from this. Go through all your pages. You could do 1 page a day, 1 page a week, depends on how quickly you want to do it. Make sure that the keyword that you want to rank for is actually on that page. Make sure it's in the title tag, the meta description, the heading 1 tag, and at least one heading 2 tag, and in the content, right? You'd be surprised at how many people are like, why aren't I ranking for this keyword? Because I do a lot of website audits on like webinars and calls and stuff like that. And they're like, why aren't I ranking for this keyword? And I'm like, well, where is it on the page? You used it once at the very end. Like that's why you're not ranking for it. So
that doesn't work.
Yeah. The lowest hanging fruit is just make sure the keywords are on the page. That sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. That's the lowest hanging fruit things. That isn't necessarily going to guarantee that you're ranking, but it'll at least give you a shot.
Yeah, it will. I'm glad to hear you say that because the thing that I tell people, the very first thing I did once I learned about SEO and I was like, oh, I want to see if this can help my website rank for things and bring in traffic and bring in clients. And it did. I made sure that I had a unique keyword that I was trying to target for every single of the main website pages. So again, that's like, home, about, services, whatever. And I made sure that the SEO title and the meta description were done at the very least. because that's the first thing I see with my clients or potential clients. They come in and it just says home or about or their name. And I'm like, that's cool, but people generally aren't looking for you. And that's why we want to beef these up. Yeah.
If they are looking for you, you're going to come up in the search results because that's what your business is called. That's your business name, right? One thing that I will say, because you touched on like, you have a homepage, you have an about page and all these other pages. I'm like, I'm a firm believer, fuck the about page.
That's right. We've talked about this.
Like, what is different from your homepage than your about page? Like, what other keyword are you going to try to get that about page to rank for? Unless you don't want it to rank at all, that's totally fine. People can just go like our story, learn more about the business, all this kind of stuff. But that's what the homepage should have that information somewhere on it, not at the top. That should be about your offering, but like lower down. Here's who we are. Here's about us. All this kind of stuff. Like, why should you hire us? Why should you work with us? Why should you buy our products? That should all be on your homepage. Why an about page?
I have had a lot of clients come in, and my background is in healthcare. So I have a lot of clients come in, or attorneys or therapists, who are like, I need to put my entire educational background on here. It's like, okay, we'll just stick that over on the about page. I am a big believer with the about page. You have to make it sing to the person. It's not just like, I'm great because of this. It's like, I'm here. This is my background. Here's how I can help you. And I do like storytelling. And so that is one way that we can like weave it in in a spot that's not a blog.
For sure. But rather than an about page, I would say have a meet the team page. And then you could be like Hamilton divorce attorneys or whatever it is.
Right.
And then there's a list of like 3 or 4 people there with their credentials. And each of those people may have their own page on the website as well, like a bio page. Like that makes more sense to me than just having a general about page.
Yeah. What you just described, more like the meet the team, that's more of what like my clients coming in do that, or that's how we spin it. We're meeting the Hey Tony standard.
Perfect. I love that. I should make a Hey Tony seal of approval stamp.
You should.
No, that sounds so egotistical. I'm not going to do that.
One.
Yeah, this passes my inspection.
2 other things I want to touch on. What's a big mistake that you're seeing business owners making with SEO?
Okay, so there's 2 things. One, not including the keyword, which we just talked about. The second one is not having patience and changing things too often. So I'll just give you an example. Like on my own site, this is like 2 years ago now, I was like, I want to rank for SEO in Hamilton or Facebook ads in Hamilton. And I optimized the pages, not like 100%, but I just wrote content, made sure the keyword was there, put it on the website, published it, and just let it fly. See what happens. 6 months later, I was like, okay, we're starting to like slowly come up in the search results. That's great, but we're not doing that great. I still didn't change a page. Then I continued waiting, and now we're ranking number 1, right? So had I gone in and messed around with it, changed stuff, that could have impacted that. But one of the reasons why we're ranking number 1 is like, yes, I optimized the pages. I made sure that we were using the keyword on the page and that there was good, helpful information there. One of the reasons why we're ranking is because we're writing blog content, and this is another benefit of writing blogs. In every single blog post, we are linking to one of our service pages using the keyword that we want that page to rank for, or a variation of that keyword. So if it's Facebook ads in Hamilton and we have a post about how to create a Facebook group, for example, on that post towards the bottom, it'll say, hey, once you've set up your Facebook group, if you're looking for help to run Facebook ads in Hamilton, we can help you out. And the words Facebook ads in Hamilton links to our service page. That is giving juice from that piece of content that is getting traffic to our service page, right? Because it's really hard to get service pages to rank and build backlinks to service pages, all that kind of stuff. So that is another benefit of blogging, is getting those internal links with the anchor text to help rank the other pages. So it's like a roundabout way of doing it. So you're optimizing the service page or the product, but you're really driving as much as possible from blog posts.
Yeah. And that's a benefit not only to the people, the humans actually going to this page, but it's also like, hey, Google, this is, a thing, and this is what we're talking about, and this is what we're doing. So it signals both for the robots and for the people, which is huge.
Exactly.
So good. Well, talk to us about what Google is looking for in 2025 when it comes to ranking and SEO. And I don't know, probably got to throw in like AI and SGE in there too.
Yeah. So I think we touched on like, I would say most of it during this conversation.
Great.
But it's really the legitimate businesses. So they are looking for people who are blogging, people who are doing helpful content, They're looking for people who have social media profiles. They're looking for diversified traffic, right? You're not only getting all of your traffic from Google or organic, you're getting traffic from social media, from email marketing, from paid ads. Like you don't necessarily need to run paid ads, but there's a bunch of different ways you can drive traffic. So they're looking for all of that kind of stuff. And it's really just, are you a legitimate business? Are you helping people? Is your goal to help people? If your goal is to help people, you will always win. That's what I think. And
Mic
what I
drop.
see with with our clients, that's where we're winning and our clients are winning because we're doing that helpful content. We're legitimizing the businesses.
Yeah. I just feel like that's just like such a pretty place to like wrap up with a bow because like just help people. You're always going to win.
Mm-hmm.
The end. All right. Tell the people where they can find you and what else you've got going on.
All over social media. Just type in Matt Diamante. It's going to be the account with the most followers under that name. It's different on all other platforms because some platforms like TikTok don't allow a dot. So I think on TikTok, it's like, Hey Tony Agency. On Instagram, it's Hey Tony.agency. I'm on Red Note as well. That just came out or that's been out.
I've never heard of that.
So yeah, when TikTok was banned for like 15 hours, a bunch of people went over to Red Note, which is also, I think it's like a Chinese app. Well, it's definitely a language I don't understand or I can't read, but they've since translated things to English, which is great because there's so many American users coming on. But anyways, it's basically like TikTok, but slightly different. So a bunch of people jumped there. Literally like any of the major social media platforms, I am on Matt Diamante. I'm sure my name's in the show notes somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a free course called Understanding SEO, which I can send you, Brittany, as well, to put in the show notes. Teaches you the basics of SEO so that you understand even if you aren't trying to do SEO yourself and you're looking to hire somebody, it will teach you how to understand what the hell they're talking about so that you're not getting ripped off.
Yeah. Which is like super critical.
Yeah. So, it's pretty good.
Thank you for all of us, Matt, because I mean, this is always so helpful. And like I said, just love talking with you. So I'm sure you'll be back at some point in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me again. This has been great.
Of course. No, this is fun. I will catch you next time. Hey, fellow podcaster. I see you out here wanting to do more with SEO, but not even knowing where to begin or what to do. Oh, and yeah, there are loads of episodes you should be blogging about, but like, how? I saw so many conversations just like this happening around me. And one day I just thought, I'm a podcaster. I'm an SEO show notes writer. I should make a resource. So I did. And now you can grab the SEO podcast show note and blog post templates. You get everything you need to go from podcast idea to SEO optimized podcast show note to SEOified blog post, which means you've got 2 long-form content pieces out here marketing for you 24/7. I even included video training so you know exactly what goes where and how to incorporate SEO for your podcast ASAP. Click the link in the show notes and grab your templates today.